5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sync.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 258 of the TTV Podcast.
Mardi Gras.
I'm Meso.
I'm Bar.
I'm Eljay.
I'm Jonathan Dwan.
I'm Ven.
I'm Takuma.
I'm Prpl.
I'm EX Trooper.
And I'm Tenebrae Invictus.
You guys did that flawlessly. I'm so proud of you.
Wait, I thought
Invi.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was just thinking the
Oh,
same.
maybe not
I was
flawless.
gonna say I thought
Not good
Trooper
enough.
came before Prpl.
Doesn't matter. You guys picked up on it and you
I'm
sold
always
it
last.
immediately. Where'd it go?
Good enough.
Trooper,
Get out of
you're
trip.
first in my heart. But X,
Thanks, man. That
But
warms.
last in my head.
Oh.
What?
Sorry, in my head I always think I'm
I can
last.
bash your head against a wall, so that's okay. There's a problem to
No,
solve.
stop it.
Oh,
No
okay.
violence up in here. We gotta
Dad's
be
Wow.
fighting words.
Dang.
See you at BrickFair.
Oh, no.
Literally.
Wall guy
meet me
2.0.
beside
We'll see
Literally?
how well you
Literally?
can do that with your
No,
noodle
okay.
arms.
Let's talk real quick before we get into anything.
Speaking
This
of noodle
is
arms,
the BrickFair crew.
Talk slow.
Right now, everyone
We
in
are
this,
the
in this
BrickFair
podcast,
crew.
we're gonna be at BrickFair, Virginia, next week, or I guess when
What
this
have I
comic
done?
comes out, it's gonna be this comic. I can't believe I said that. When this podcast
Yeah,
comes out,
bring
it's
back
gonna
the
be
good
later this
old
week.
days of comic making.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
out
flashback.
Of this whole thing, I don't want to go.
Nope.
For anybody
Bye,
who
Bar.
would like to follow our BrickFair expeditions or meet us in person, go to the Dulles Expo Center in Chantilly, Virginia for the public day of Saturday, August the 5th. We're going to be there from, like 12:30 to like 1:30 minimum. Then
Your mom will be there.
depending on the level of the people there, like if
Hopefully.
there's still lines, there's still people wanting to meet us, then we might extend it. But if everybody's come and gone, then we might leave. That's your window of time to meet us. And if you want to stay in tune with where we are and where to find us, I'd heavily recommend you go follow the TTV Twitter account.
Yeah, if you want to stalk us, follow us on Twitter.
I mean,
like,
yeah, I'll be
we'll tweet
posting
out
stuff to
updates.
my Twitter.
On Twitter, we'll be like, "Oh, hey, we're at the convention center. We're at this table. Here's a photo. Come meet us." etc.
I'll just Here's a I'll just photo start of us. I'll just keep sending tweets saying I'm like across the street from where I actually am or something, and just watching people from a window go.
I don't
Someone, like,
follow
draw that.
Takuma's Twitter. Dude.
Oh, in addition, if you do end up meeting us in person at the convention, I
Shower
have
first.
23. Well, yes, I have 23 Bionicle comics to give to you guys.
Hey,
Just
Eljay.
show up and you get one.
Can I have a
Can I
comic?
get one?
No,
Can
Why
I have a
not?
comic?
you guys are hosts.
So?
If I have,
What if I
have
quit showing up?
leftovers, if I have leftovers, you can have them.
I don't want your leftovers. I want a comic.
I don't want leftovers. I want the good stuff, you know?
why
If I
not?
have
Kinda
leftover
leftovers,
comics,
Can I have leftover comics?
I want
Nope.
the burger, not the fries, you know?
You heard that too? Okay, I'm good. We've been hanging out a little too much
No.
around each other.
Oh,
in the
Willis,
last
you
3
can
days.
try to
You
trick
guys are
me, dog.
terrible. Come on, I mean, this is supposed to be a family-friendly podcast.
Well, who
and you
keeps
guys-
screwing it up?
But you
Yeah, you know, your head analogy thing, I don't... Yeah.
Okay.
What?
What?
So any,
X,
So
please
another,
stop
another
talking.
momentous thing
algae
is
thing?
just to date this video.
Just to
is
get
the
this
thing
video.
we've
no,
been
you're doing
doing.
video.
You're
Want
not
me to do
allowed
that
to
now?
date the video.
We're recording this on July 29th, and today is momentous. Eljay, why is today momentous?
Today is momentous because it is the 1-year anniversary of LEGO canceling Bionicle Generation 2.
But it sold so well!
Yeah.
already
I'm
been
sorry.
a year.
Are you talking about the well-selling, successful line Bionicle
That also
G2?
sold really well.
That sold
I
really
mean,
well.
it was a great success.
With its well-marketed,
Also sold
well-marketed TV show.
It sold well
Did
into
you
the grave.
know it sold well?
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, legit. Where were you guys when you found out? Like, where were you guys when you found out that Bionicle was ending?
So, okay,
And call
here's,
with at least
here's what
Meso.
happened. I was,
Which one of them?
I remember what
serious.
happened was, like, at night we watched Bionicle Journey to 1, and we all sync viewed it, and we were just so baffled by the ending. I myself sunk into, like, a well of confusion. I left the call and went and vented into a notepad document for an hour. tired myself out. Went to sleep. Woke up the next morning, and I was like, oh, it's just canceled then. Okay.
Do you still have the
That's
notepad
nice.
document?
Yeah, I don't
think
remember
I
where I
do.
was
Oh my gosh.
either. I just remember thinking, wow, this is not surprising because of all the rumors going around at the time.
we knew it was
I
going to
was
end, right?
on
We
vacation
didn't find
in
leaks.
Montana and got a text message Well- from a Voca tamer.
I got a handwritten letter from Meso like a few weeks after it happened, finally breaking the news. That was my
Dear
only
Invi.
source of contact.
These are dark times.
Picture Takuma looking through a window.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna bring my Corsair headphones just so I can do that.
Time has passed.
Hello from the other side.
Except the person, this person in the booth or the chair, or whatever, should be eating pizza.
Yeah, they're eating like, are those French fries?
It
And
looks,
a
like, a
hamburger?
basket, looks like a basket of fries.
Oh my gosh, it's Guy Fieri.
Dude, just last night. Okay, hold on a second. This is weird because just last night we were eating something with fish, and I got some lemon juice in my beard, and my sister's saying, "Oh, don't go out in the sun now, or it'll bleach your hair or whatever." I was like, "Oh," so I just like put lemon juice all over my face and my hair, go outside and look like Guy Fieri.
Wow.
I met Guy Fieri once.
I met guys fairies too.
What did you do to
Well,
him,
tell me about
LJ?
it.
Flavor Town.
I shook his hand and I talked to him about cooking eggs, and
like
I
how
got
you
a signed
paused.
autograph.
So here's my notepad document that I found.
How do you guys like to cook your
eggs?
eggs? Do you prefer sunny side up? Do you prefer?
Yes.
I
Scrambled,
preferred it fried both
scrambled,
ways.
Scrambled
and
100%.
and you destroyed
I
the
do
yellow
both.
bit.
I've
Yeah,
done both.
scrambled.
I do
Oh,
sunny
that
side
is-
up because that way you can like break the yolk onto toast, and it's delicious.
I don't
Just
like
like all
the
I've never heard of
yolk.
that
scrambling.
before.
is
I
very
don't
true.
like the yolk when it's liquid.
Oh my goodness.
Do you guys remember that night because we had just finished Journey to 1? Like, and then
Yes.
we were
No, I
like,
forgot
I'll never
about
forget
it.
that night.
no, I mean like just
What
it was
night?
it was that contrast. We were like, is that it? And then we're like,
Yes.
are they done?
Oh yeah, I wasn't
What's gonna
around
happen?
for that. I watched it like the day after with Meso and
Like
LJ.
they literally like they sent the Toa back up and we're like, does that mean is that over? Is it over now?
I will
We
never
don't know.
forget the baffled confusion that just permeated the evening.
Oh, maybe
What
there's
are
gonna be
you
a
talking
season 2,
about?
guys.
Meso, what's so hard to understand about?
I guess
That's
not
how I
very
felt
well.
while
It
watching
was,
the
it was
episode.
it was like the 2 or 3 syllables in the middle that kind of lost me.
There was like wasn't
Yeah.
what, didn't like BS1 or Sweat or someone was like, hey, Lego has a huge announcement they're gonna make.
It was Doric.
Doric?
On VSO,
Okay.
and they've been
Dork?
hyping it up for days, and it was like, oh, so does that mean we're gonna get another wave? Does that mean we're gonna get a Makuta set? Does that mean it's over? Oh, I guess it's over.
I
Yeah.
did read, I read one optimistic post that were like, oh, they're stopping the storyline because they're doing the BioNICLE theatrical movie, and that's the big announcement.
Yeah,
What?
the
That's so
Lego
much thinking
Bionicle
right
movie.
now.
I know.
And they're not
That's like
making a video
nostalgia at
game
this
as
point.
well.
It's like-
Haha.
It was going one way, went the complete opposite direction. It's like, guys, okay, Bionicle's canceled, but don't worry, that just means it's getting a movie. No.
How can you be so optimistic?
Remember that one guy who was like, no, I saw I saw this thing that said Disney in the source code.
Chinese New Year.
Chinese New Year,
Oh,
right?
oh my
CNY. I was like, it's a thing they put in the website. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have this guy have his fun for a little bit.
People
It's a
are.
healing
I
process.
admire people's optimism, but
The message was written on Pahatu's knee.
Do you guys remember way back when someone said they saw like a Lego employee like rearranging all the shelves and stuff, and we all thought it was like
rubbish?
a joke, and then it like freaking happened to me.
I do remember that.
Yeah,
You guys were tearing into that guy.
I remember
Well,
that.
That's because there's so many people in like the history of Lego that have been like, oh well, my grandfather's cousin's brother works at the Lego store, and I know all this insider information that nobody else knows.
very
And
good.
to be fair, he was
Real.
talking about something that I honestly don't know that like still happens to this day. There's rarely I never see a Lego employee actually go to a store that's not a Lego store. You know, like a retail store and like arrange stuff there. I've always just seen the people at that store, Target, Walmart, whatever.
It was
So-
really weird. What if you're conning us too, Purple?
Nah, I would have gotten a picture, but that would have been
She doesn't.
really
she
weird.
doesn't. She doesn't care enough about Bionicle.
Picture didn't happen.
Yeah, she's a Ninjago fan.
Oh, you and your successful
my-
franchise is getting a theatrical
Yeah.
movie. How could
At
you
least
be
it sells
interested?
well, you know?
Don't you know? We are
Not well enough to get canceled though.
we're centered on failure. How dare you step your successful
There it
feet
is.
over here?
One of my favorite, not favorite memories from G2's ending is not only waking up and seeing that it was canceled, but just the constant downhill spiral from there, trying to look for a silver lining that just didn't exist. Like, oh, are we going to get the Makuta set? Nope. Are we going to get the Makuta mask? Nope. Is the art book going to be made available for sale? Nope. Another wave? Nope. Story's over? Yep. Like,
I remember,
There's no
like,
replacement.
Every bad.
It was like
no
right-
replacement. No, yeah.
right after
A
that,
lot
we
of
went to
nopes.
BrickFair
Not a lot
last
of
year.
yups.
We
Yeah.
met up with BZ Power people, and like
BZ.
we all had this like thing of like, well, here we are again. You know, it was like the thing was like, yep, yeah. Didn't even get Duty, Unity, Destiny right. Remember?
It's
They
really
did that.
bad.
Just a
Dud.
dud.
It was dud.
So,
That's really funny. You'd think they would have caught that.
They should reboot Slicers, you know, or Robo Riders. It's time.
Slicers?
Oh, man,
Slicers.
Robo-Riders?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think they were called something
okay.
different.
Skip Bionicle
Robots.
G3. I want to start talking about Robo Riders G2.
Or how's about no?
I'll do
Do you
I'll
not
buy
like-
Robo Riders too.
Super,
Galador
you and
G2?
me.
You know,
You and
Yeah,
Galador.
we
Galador,
can
like,
make
there's
motorcycle
there's references
robot
being made
thingies,
to it again.
you know.
Like it's not.
Yeah, Galador might get brought back. All the set designers are putting mocks on Twitter. There's
Okay,
like references
so-
to it in Ninjago movies.
Yeah, there
Dude,
are
I'm so
actually
down.
2 references to Galador in the Ninjago
But
city.
why Galador? Why not Bionicle?
I only knew of one. What's the other one?
Yeah, the first one is the guy with the shirt. The second one is, you know that poster? Like the Shadow Ronin poster? Well,
Yes.
there's a function where that slides out, and behind it, there are like 3 other posters. One of the other posters is literally the main characters in minifig form of Galador, and it's a Galador movie.
I did
So
see
what's
that.
the third
Yeah.
one?
That's really cool.
Oh my god.
There's
What's the
no
third one?
Bionicle
Galador
references
movie
there
confirmed.
though, right?
Let me see if I can find a picture real quick. I
Yeah,
don't
but-
think I can.
But LJ, what's the third
No,
one? 'Cause
yeah, I
one's
just saw it
Galador, one's
somewhere.
Ronin. What's the third?
I think there are like
Bionicle.
2 others. I don't remember.
Obviously,
They're really-
Bionicle.
Oh, one of them is like, you know the brick separator? The green brick separator?
Yes.
They have a
orange
reference in some of their like movie theater sets where that is a monster, and it's a movie about the brick separator being a monster. One of the posters
Ooh.
is that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
They're orange now.
yeah, they are all orange. This one's green.
I know. The
I'm
old
pretty
school
sure
ones
there's
are green.
tan ones too.
Are
I
there?
never
I've
got
never
tan
seen
ones.
those.
I have a
I
couple
wanna
green
say
ones
there's.
because I bought System. You know.
Yeah. Well, either way, that's pretty much the gist of Bionicle G2. You know, I could talk more. I'm sure we could spend the
There's
whole
really
hour
not that
talking
much to
about,
say.
you know, how bad it is, but let's not do that. And let's instead just
Hold
we
up,
go.
I
Rest
found
in
the I
peace.
found the movie poster. So
Moment
let me,
of silence.
let me.
Whoever can
yeah?
post it first, go. Whoever can post it first.
Me.
Whoever can post it first.
Son of a
John,
gun.
guys,
It was uploading. Fudge.
when you upload.
Because I'd already copy and pasted it.
It says coming
Tired of-
soon. So, Galador 2018, guys. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I never watched more than like maybe the first episode of Galador.
I
Wait, there was
didn't
a
even
TV
know.
series?
I've
I
got
didn't
to
know there
remember.
was a series until
the TV
right now.
show is the
It
reason
was
why
one of Lego's
Bionicle.
first attempts at making a TV show.
Yeah, it's
I
why
know what
Lego
we're doing
or
at
Bionicle
BrickFair.
never got one. Is because
I gotta remember.
Dude,
I gotta remember to bring my piece of the Keck Powerizer I bought last
I feel
time I
like
was
this
at
would
BrickFair.
work way better as a system theme.
I actually think it'd be really cool if Lego like went back and rebooted Galador and like, made it really modern and good.
You know,
That'd
Ben,
actually be
I've
pretty
got to
cool.
disagree with you.
It could be like Alien Kong.
Because
Space
part of the
Balloons.
whole point of making them action figures the first time around was because of the whole what do they
Glitch.
call it? Glinching.
glitching. Yeah, I said
Glitch.
glitch.
Aspect
I
of
think
the
That
show.
glitching is
is
probably it.
really bad.
Yeah.
No,
It
one-
sounds like a bad word.
It
one
sounds
of the
like it, yeah.
sticks of
Sounds like a
one of the
interesting
sticks
word.
of the show was that these aliens and stuff could literally swap their limbs.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
not as
That's
doable.
so
with
You could
odd.
do that with minifigures.
not as
Yeah.
easily though.
Build
But
a
then,
baby,
yeah,
realize.
Then there,
that,
then there
at
was
least.
then there was Nicholas Bluetooth, the main character,
How about
who
you
could
just
just
get like
He had
I don't know,
Bluetooth in
why don't
his
you put
name?
the minifigures
No,
in like
his name was- yeah,
exosuits?
Nick
he didn't
Bluetooth.
swap
have-
limbs. He just
And make the
sort of morphed
exosuits
them.
have like interchangeable limbs and stuff, you know? Like I don't
I mean, I do feel like that was part of the draw of the original show. It's like the premise behind the whole show. Like Ben 10, you know? It's like
I don't know. anything about
the whole
that.
thing is that he
Oh,
could
Ben 10
switch.
is so good.
How many times has Ben 10 been
Keywords
rebooted?
was.
67?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
first one was good, and then it's just begotten progressively
Wasn't
worse.
he?
I
There's
still
one
like
who's
the
Ben
first
10.
one the
There's one who's
best.
Ben 13. I think.
You know what?
Ben 13.
If they rebooted Galador,
Maybe he's just
first
13
of
years
all,
old.
Wow, memed back into existence. But what would they have to call him to have him sound modern? Because like Nicholas Bluetooth sounds really outdated. Would they call him Nicholas Verizon?
Max.
No, because he
VR.
They're
died
not
right
even
away.
the
You
same.
went from one outdated name to an even more outdated
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
I
not
was
even the
about to
same
say,
range.
like,
Bluetooth is a
What?
technology. it's a piece of technology. Verizon's a company.
Cut a bunch of words
has
out of
technology.
Verizon.
Bluetooth is more relevant now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way more relevant.
If you
Nicholas
chop
Wi-Fi.
out, no.
Nicholas
Chop out
airdrop.
5 of the letters from Verizon, and then he's Nicholas VR, and there you go. That's futuristic.
That
but
works.
that's going to
I
be
like that.
outdated really
I
soon.
think VR might not make
It's
it.
like Nicholas Jr., but Nicholas
Nick Jr.?
What's
Will he
a
be played by Nicolas Cage?
Nicholas
Oh
Hotspot?
god.
Oh gosh.
Nicholas,
Yeah, by
Nicholas
Galador.
iPhone.
Don't glinch yourself. Yeah.
Nicholas.
Hey, babe, would you like to see my hotspot? See, it's on my ID because it's my last name.
Incredible.
Nice.
Bart, stop
I-
glinching
no.
yourself, dude.
I feel that Wadon has gotten it. Nicholas emoji.
Oh god.
Nicholas emoji fidget spinner millennial.
Oh god.
Nicholas
not.
fidget spinner is perfect. Actually, to be fair, when did the
That's
Galador
his
come out?
weapon.
Like 2001? That was before
Yeah.
Bluetooth was as common as
John,
it is
you
right
are
now.
so
He was ahead of his
loud.
time.
I was surprised by that. I was like,
Meso-
Bluetooth
okay,
was
real
around.
talk.
Okay, Meso told me to
You
turn it up.
talk louder than is necessary.
Who?
John. When he
I
talks,
project.
he literally screams into his microphone.
I project my
I can hear
voice.
him
When
all
there's
the
a
way
max
in my room.
volume, you talk above it.
What do you mean, his room? What are you talking about?
We're all in the
We're
same
all in the
building.
same.
Are
Yeah,
you?
we're in our
Oh.
studio.
Tell
We're in our
me
studio
more.
right now.
Yeah, Var,
Okay.
John, and I are all in the same. Like,
Surprisingly, no
How's that
background
been,
noise.
I almost said same
How's-
room, but I'm like, oh wait, Var's in a different room.
How many
that been
rooms
going,
does your
guys?
apartment have, Bar?
2 bedrooms, a living room, 2 bathrooms, a pretty large closet.
It's a
that
really
we
large
basically
closet.
made a room itself.
The closet itself like fits a table and then like 2 chairs
It's
and
it's
the
basically
two,
a
like,
walk-in
like a
closet.
shelf. Yeah.
Sounds huge,
Yeah,
Dang, that's a
dude.
nice call.
we
Do a
turned
vlog.
my closet into
Var's
an editing
apartment tour.
bay.
Yep. And John's seated in there, and he's just screaming.
John's
at
stuck in the closet.
Even after I close
I
the
can
door
hear
on
you,
him, I
man.
can still hear him.
I can still hear you.
Free John
Yeah,
from the
you're not
closet.
screaming.
But that's because I'm actually yelling. You're yelling all the
Yeah.
time.
See, right now
I'm
that the volume that
projecting.
Vin is talking at is John's
projecting.
normal volume.
I can listen.
Like
yeah,
I can
right.
hear Vin right now, but like I can still hear Kahi more than you.
Yeah, it was, when it comes to the podcast, I have to like.
When it comes to the
Project.
podcast, I have to be
Don't scream.
loud.
I can just amp you up in the actual podcast.
I'm just talking normal, dude. You know, I never scream.
X, you never
So-
talk normally. You talk like X.
That is true.
Just to put a pin in that discussion, RIP G2, you will be remembered. Now,
Year 1 of
moving
G2,
on.
bring on the hype. Year 2 of G2, bring on the death. All right.
Yes. So how have you guys been doing with your endeavors in the same
Pretty
place?
good.
I've packed for BrickFair.
Doing great.
It's
Can't
honestly
complain.
yeah.
Var's
really-
apartment is
yeah.
pretty dope.
You doing anything cool?
Var's
You wanna
department
talk
has
about?
a
No,
what?
of course not.
No, I mean like, I don't know if there's anything worth like going on of it, like a long tangent about. I think the only thing that's really been screwing us over the past couple of days has been the stupid camera situation.
Okay.
That has just been extremely frustrating and obnoxious to deal with.
Tell me about
the
this
more you guys
camera
have
situation.
at first, when you guys brought this up, I felt really bad about it. But the more and more you guys have continued to mention it and discuss it, I feel less bad. And
See, the only reason we keep talking about
It's
it
still
is
a problem.
It,
It
keeps
progressively
advancing.
Yeah.
It keeps
gets
progressing.
worse.
Yeah.
It's not
It
like
keeps getting
or it's not
worse.
like we're still
We keep
referencing
trying to
something.
get
We
it,
just
and it keeps
finished
getting- Yeah, it only
So-
just ended.
for context, the others obviously they're working on video stuff right now,
Right.
In Var's place, and Var and I we use the same camera for basically any review stuff we do. It's what I
Same
switched
model
to.
camera.
Yes, it's what I switched to when doing the recaps and the recents. Well, Var and Kahi thought it would be a good idea if I sent my camera over so that they would have 2 of the same camera for different angles for things. I think, that's a great idea. So I shipped it out via UPS to get there on Thursday. And you guys can continue from there.
Well, you see, UPS is probably the worst company to have shipped with in general.
I had to
UPS.
wait.
That was your first
This
mistake.
other dude was like
Terrible,
complaining about
terrible.
UPS.
Terrible time with UPS here. So here's the story with UPS, right? So
Wait up before you say it. Unbelievably poor service. That's all. Go on.
Thank you.
Nice.
you've
and your
got the
acronyms.
3. I guess there's 4 major companies that you could ship with, right? There's
Right.
UPS, FedEx, DHL, and then just traditional old United States
Never
Postal
heard of
Service.
DHL.
That's because DHL is more for international.
Lego uses it all the time when they ship stuff to us.
Yeah, that's what Lego uses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with them.
DHL isn't really that big in the US, but even still, of all three, they're all great except for the fourth one, which is UPS. FedEx always gets here at like 7 a.m. really early in the morning. They come back multiple times a day. They make sure that you get your package. They if they've tried like twice and you haven't gotten it, they'll just leave it at the leasing office, let them sign for it. DHL goes straight to the leasing office, lets them sign for it. UPS or USPS goes straight to the leasing office, lets them sign for it. So basically, they let you know that they dropped it off. You can just walk over and pick it up. Really easy, really simple, and it's early in the morning. UPS, on the other hand, likes to come at anywheres from oh my gosh. Anyway, they come at 8 p.m. every time. Every freaking time I've ordered something from Amazon and they use UPS, it's like, I can expect that to come in the middle of the freaking night or the evening, because UPS likes to come at the very end of the day, 8 p.m., and I always miss it because they knock on the door and they had like the faintest little knock, and if you don't answer immediately, they walk away. There was one time a UPS guy was there, he knocked on the door, and I was like taking a poop, and I literally just hopped out of the toilet and ran to the door to get my package, and the guy already left. He knocked and then walked away. He didn't even stay to like see if anyone would answer the door.
Well,
anyway. Yeah. So the thing with UPS is that they require you to sign for the package because they come so late, they can't leave the box at the no, for my complex they always make you sign for the package. So they can't just leave the box there because that's a liability. Someone might steal it, and they can't take it to the leasing office because they're so freaking late that the leasing office is closed. So they knock on the door and then they just walk away if you don't answer. And this happened to us the first Friday that it was supposed to arrive. We missed it because it came at like 8:30 p.m. And we're like, well, dang, they'll come back tomorrow. So I'm expecting them to come back at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow as well, so I'm prepared for that. They come at 2 p.m. They came at 2 p.m. the next day. Why? What? If you can't expect...
It's so inconsistent.
It is. It's like the time frame in which they might arrive is from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. Do they just want me to stay right there in front of the door for like 7 hours until the guy shows up?
Yeah, like a dog.
Like, my lord. Anyway, so I'm actually listening out for the package.
Who was that?
I'm set up in my room, and my room is it's right next to the front, like the living room, so I can usually hear when the guy's knocking. So I'm waiting for it. Apparently he came. I never heard it because we missed it again. And then they leave a little notice, and they're like, we're going to make one final delivery attempt on Monday. And I'm like, by Monday, there's literally no point for them to have shipped the camera again.
Yeah. So what ended up happening, I called UPS, just general UPS, and they have an automated system set up. I gave them the shipping number. I stumbled my way to the point where I can have them hold on to the package for pickup. And they'd call me back to arrange that. They called me back. I said, hey, okay, so here's the situation. First, they asked for VAR, because that's who it's being sent to. But I said, no, I'm the sender. We're going to have a guy pick it up. His name's Jonathan Juan. And it's like, okay, is he at the same address? Well, like, he's visiting, but he is at the same address right now. And they said, okay, that's fine. And
so here's they hold the package, and you told me, okay, you got to get there before 7. I'm assuming 7's when they were going to close.
That's what they informed
before
me.
Before 7. Yeah.
They told me before 7.
So I'm working at this point, so I can't go pick it up. So Kahi goes, he's going to go pick it up before 7.
Right.
So he drives over there at like 6:20.
I go there 6:20 because I don't want to be, I want to make sure that I give them the maximum of time to get there.
Plus, there was also a thunderstorm.
There was a thunderstorm. Yeah, it was going on.
So it's pretty spooked.
So the GPS says about a 16-minute drive. It's about 20 minutes. With everything. Sure, whatever. I get there, and it's about 6:30. Well, and I go up to the guy and I said, "Hey, I have this package. You have to give me the number." We go through this whole rigmarole to get the number. I give it to him. He says, "Hey, awesome. It's not here yet." I said, what do you mean it's not here yet? I thought it was supposed to be here. He said, well, it's like our guy is still coming back and forth. He's like, he just left from another round. He's like, all right. He said, I should be back in like half an hour. I said, okay. And so
he waits half an hour.
I wait half an hour there because I'm like, it's 20 minutes to go back. I don't want to go back and then just drive all the way back
and
up
then
here.
Turn
around
and
essentially. So I was like, I'm just gonna chill out here for a half hour. So I wait for a half hour. I go back into the store. The guy says, "Yeah, he isn't back yet. It might be another 15 minutes." I say, "Okay." Wait another half hour. Go back in. He says, "All right, he's back." And I'm like, "Awesome. Can I get my package?" He taps it. He's like, "Yeah, I think it's not on this round. It might have to be the last one." And I'm like, "Dude, it is 7:30. Apparently, they don't even close at 7. They close at 8 now. So that sure, okay.
Yeah. So when they told you that they close at 7, we didn't need to get there at 7.
We didn't need to get there at 7 at all. So
we got there an hour.
So
early.
now he's like, just wait another 10-15 minutes. I'm like, "You guys are gonna close?" They're like, "Just come in before we close." And I was like, well, I guess I have to stay here now again. So I stayed another 10-15 minutes, 20 minutes. It is now literally it's 7:50. I go into the store and I say, "Hey, did he come back?" And he said, "Yeah, here's the thing, man. It's telling me that there's going to be like 18 more stops before he probably
18 more stops.
18 more stops." And he's like, "We're gonna be closed by then, so he's probably not even gonna come back here. He's just gonna stay there and then like finish his route on Saturday or Sunday." And I was like, "But why couldn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me this before?" And he was like, "We just he was taking long in delivery. We didn't know it would take this long." And I'm like, 18 stops is kind of a long time. Like, you think 20 minutes ago you could have been like, "Well, 18 stops. I don't think he's gonna come back." And I was like, "Yeah, well, sorry, man. I didn't get the." He's like, "I didn't get the ETA manifest, whatever, until just now." So I was like, "Okay." So I was like, "Well, if he's still out," he's like, "Can you just have him? Because like I'm gonna go back to the apartment. Can you just have him like drop it off if he's still out for deliveries?"
Yeah, that was the thing because he told you that the guy was with the package was actually still in my area.
Yeah.
So like he was maybe like a 4-minute drive away from where I was.
Yeah, and he's like, he's way past the area now. It's like, when was he there? He's like, well, about 5:30. I was like, I came here at 5:30, so you're telling me that like they the dude was literally there.
Had the driver come back at 5:30 when we were there, and you didn't.
And I was like, okay, but like if it's your guy there's been a guy continually making stops. If it's on the truck, why isn't it here? And he's like, well, it's still on the UPS truck, but it's the one that's out for deliveries, and because they have a never shipping center, whatever. Long story short, I just spent 2 hours doing nothing for no reason at all.
Look at our live studio
John,
audience.
how did you not like just Batista bomb him over the counter? Like, how did you not do that?
And then not only did you do like the 2-hour thing, but then you drove 20 minutes there and then 20 minutes back, only to waste all that gas.
I wasted all that
That
gas
is
for nothing, and then I had to drive again today, like this
dumb
morning.
as
And then
beans.
we had to drive back again today.
Well,
and the moral, not even the moral, the best part about all of this, right? Eljay, can you please let everybody know how much you paid for the shipping?
Do I have to?
You do.
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's an important aspect.
This is the first mistake.
Okay.
I don't want to throw you under the bus. I just want to
understand.
bring to light why
It's-
UPS is not the service you should go with.
Right.
I understand.
So-
I paid. Actually, I have the receipt right here. I paid an exact total of $45.92.
I would be demanding a refund.
Oh man.
The best part is
That is complete and utter tosh.
because we went to get the box this morning, and in fact, before we started the we had just come home from getting the box
Right.
before we got on the podcast.
Literally,
I
2
have the
minutes
box right next to me. Just out of because I happen to have a USPS priority mail envelope sitting right next to me as well.
oh
And
no.
out of curiosity, I wanted to see if the box would fit in the envelope. It does. So literally, the exact same packaging that you used to ship the box to me with UPS, $45, you could have just put into a USPS envelope, a flat rate priority mail envelope, shipped it to me in one day for $6.51.
That was a roller coaster.
And
from
they would have
start
left
to
it at the
finish.
leasing office. Would have gotten it.
What if
We
he
would have
has
gotten it
got
like
it
Friday
in the
morning.
Office, and I would have gotten it on day one.
Yeah.
That is an unfathomable level of UPS.
So
Can we
yeah.
make this a movie? Can we Kickstarter this?
It's like I didn't want. The problem is I didn't know like any of that, And I also didn't think this would be a problem because I've used UPS for the last roughly 2 years. I've never really had an issue, so I didn't give it any thought at all.
Yeah, my place doesn't make me sign for stuff, which is bizarre.
That is true.
Amazon just drops
for
my
instance,
stuff off.
Rooster Teeth, they always complain about the United States Postal Service in Texas because it's terrible. But like, I've only ever had extremely positive experiences with USPS. So like, different in different areas of the
USPS in my area is very competent.
Very great.
USPS is really good in my area, and
my area.
UPS is actually pretty good too.
UPS is decent in my area. They're kind of
they just drop off my packages at like
too.
maybe 4 o'clock. That's where they always.
I don't know what it is about North Carolina, but holy crap, UPS is it's garbage here. I hate it. Hate it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. That legitimately surprises me. Like I said it earlier, I do feel bad. And I'm starting to think when it comes to boxes and getting them shipped either to me or from me, I'm cursed.
Box of useless junk.
Yeah. No matter what, boxes and me will never get along from this point.
I want to share a few things with the live studio audience. Jedi Time Lord 824 do this amazing picture of the UPS guy running away.
Sucker.
And then Wadden says, "This is Mall Gal, secret identity delivery gal."
What house is this?
Yeah, what
Am I
house
on the
is
right
this?
floor?
Mall gal.
Mall gal.
She was the UPS lady.
Yep.
That's amazing.
And then lastly, just a quote from Prentice 1215, and the BrickFair adventures begin from music.
I love how much the wall guy meme has evolved since that BrickFeed episode.
I know.
It's incredible.
I finally
really
went back
happy
and
with it.
listened to that little bit, and I don't think he looks that much like me.
No,
He looks
somebody
a
made a
lot
comparison.
like
He has a similar shaped head. That's all.
Yeah.
I'll concede that.
We'll see at
Also,
BrickFair, man.
one last funny point. Wadden mentioned when you search up box of useless junk, we're the first people that come up.
Okay,
Nice.
but
Wow.
that's based on like search history and habits and
Of
stuff.
course.
You'd have to like do a private
Oh.
browser. Or, like,
that reminds me. So, a little bit of a warning for everybody listening that is a member on our message boards. If you make a topic complaining about inappropriate advertisements on our site, I want to make 2 things perfectly clear. 1, we don't have any control over that. And 2, the reason we don't have any control over that is because that's based off of your search history. So it's a pretty good idea not to make a topic about that on our board.
It's a mixture. Some of it's based on your search history. Some of it's your demographic. Like if they can tell that you're a young male in between the ages of 18 and 25, they kind of guess what to show you. So
Yeah, what advertisements are going to get you.
right.
Totally right.
But
Unfortunately, it's funny because we've had multiple people now who have posted topics about this and totally outed themselves on the boards by accident.
For
They're
them, it's
why am
absolutely
I
been
getting
because
these
of their
gross
history.
advertisements?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So, to close the UPS thing, I'll be honest, had I been in Eljay's position and I was like, oh, I gotta get there quickly, I probably would have shipped UPS too, because that's what I always had used and it works well. Going forward, let's all boycott UPS.
well, I mean, okay.
How about that? Can we agree on that?
I mean,
Yeah,
I've never.
if you
I've
ship
never
any
shipped
boxes-
anything
They don't
before.
exist here, so...
if you ship any boxes, you do need to
My
like.
thing is,
Fiasco, dude.
I'm sure UPS is good in other areas. If you're going to be shipping to me, don't use it because it's just going to be a hassle. But with that said, it's the price.
That's I was gonna
that
say.
I find
the moment said, "Well, that'll be $45," you'd be like, "Yeah, actually, I just had an idea."
If I realized that I had to pay $45, I would have been like, okay, there must be a different way.
It's all a matter of knowing, because I haven't known otherwise because I've been using UPS for so long. And the thing is, it wasn't
Wow, you
even
do.
originally $45. It was originally $49, but because I have a box there, we get a discount.
That's
Obviously, it's a
unbelievable.
phenomenal discount, right? But because I haven't used anything else for shipping primarily, I didn't know. I thought that's just, okay, that's normal.
The more
But
you know, 'cause knowledge is power.
For me, it's an expensive lesson learned, and one that I will not forget anytime
And
soon.
see, the best part about I really like USPS, and it's because you can also get boxes for free too. If you go to their website, you can just order a pack of 20 boxes, and they'll
Gets
just
worse.
they'll just leave it. They'll give you a pack of 20 boxes for free in your mailbox. You can get them, and then it's a flat rate shipping. So like you just pay that $6.
It doesn't matter how much it
Didn't
weighs.
you, isn't that how you sent out the
It
shirt?
doesn't matter how much it weighs at all.
Is that how you sent out the
They don't
shirts?
take into account weight if you use priority mail. It's amazing.
Another great comment from Jedi Time Lord 824. It's no longer UPS. It's now UP now. You're my favorite fan right now.
He's new. He just joined today.
Thank you.
Oh,
you're
you must be
making
the
this
new
better
guy.
for me.
Already, you're just
Give it time. Give it
If
time.
anybody else would like to get into this Patreon channel and get the occasional shout out, check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/the TTV channel and do the bouquet of support.
Thank you.
Eljay.
Still think that's
Hey,
stupid.
carry on.
Okay, listen here. I don't see you having any clever taglines or memorable quotes. Now, do
I
I?
also don't have
What's
crappy
your tagline?
ones. So
You're right. But you know what? You know what they say about publicity? Bad publicity is just as good as good publicity.
no, it's
That's not
not.
the quote.
Is it?
What
no
did they
such
say?
thing as-
Any publicity is good publicity?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
There it is.
Whatever it is.
So yeah, something like that. You were close.
Thank
Yeah,
Now,
that wasn't too far.
What else has been going on? Anything interesting with you guys worth talking about, or do you want to save it for like when you actually
Not
have
really,
some
yeah, I
fruits
feel
of
like-
your labor?
Yeah, we have
There have
some.
been good stuff that's going on. I think most people will see what's happened in video format sooner or later. So
I do want to talk real quick. I do want to talk real quick about like there was one moment the first night we came here because we did a news video, and like we all
So proud, by the way.
immediately like settled into this like everyone is doing their own section thing, and me and Ben were working in the editing bay, and Vara was working on filming on the outside, and I was like we got the Star Wars video up, we got that uploaded, then Var got the like a review filmed, and Ben got a review filmed, and so we've been compiling that last night, and it's just like it's really cool to like have this environment where we're all able to sit down and just work on the stuff, you know, like comes out, we film it, we do I mean the start to finish is way better. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just really awesome to see that come together.
yeah, it definitely feels making videos feels more natural now, and like just the progression of like going from start point to end point is just it's quicker and it's more fun, and it's been definitely a good experience. If I needed any confirmation that having a single studio was a good idea, this was it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's worked
and
out
it's
very
only
well
been a
so far.
day too. And you know the stuff that
2
we've
days.
done so far, it's been taking a little bit, but I feel like with practice it could be done.
Yeah.
Well,
way
I mean,
more
the only
efficiently.
reason it's taken so long was because I had to work that one day, so I couldn't help, and then we had to deal with the package stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
And
in
that
a
was still
perfect
2
world,
hours.
in a perfect world where Var doesn't have to work a shift during
But I
while
mean,
we're
even
working.
when we do work
Yeah.
on the videos,
Because keep in mind, we got a video finished and then 2 more like practically done and just needing editing in one day. And in that same day, we were able to stop working and go out and hang out with friends for like 4 hours.
That's
and
true.
still get
Pretty
all that
commendable.
work done.
Man.
It's bbeen way quicker.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't speak to the
Way,
sit
way
reviews. I'm sure those are going to be golden, but the news video made me very happy. Vin, you have good present.
Oh,
You did
thanks,
you
man.
did a good
I
job,
liked
Vin.
it.
I was running on half a can of Red Bull.
Yeah, I know. It was
Nice.
funny. Like we came back and Ben was just gonna do like the narrate over, and I was like, why don't we just use the camera because we have it right here. And we did it. He took a
I was
down a bit of
so
Red Bull.
dead too.
He
like,
was
when
dead.
we finally got home, I was practically.
He was dead
knocking
during
out.
while we were away too. He kind of fell asleep while we were talking to a
Prentice
friend.
1215 responding because a lot of people in the chat are like, get TTV a studio so they can do this. And Prentice says if every subscriber gave $1 a month to TTV, they could have a studio. Not even if half our subscribers gave
Yeah.
$1 a month, we could have a studio.
Like literally just $1.
Yeah, we can make this.
We could actually make this a
full-time
thing,
thing.
man.
That's the thing. If everybody listens to this, spread the word. Forgo a candy bar and help us out, and you can make
Half a
tons of
candy
more
bar.
interesting. Half a candy bar even. If all our subscribers, it gave like 50 cents, the price of like a vendor can of soda. That's all it got.
If every fan gave
vendor
negative
can of
$1,
soda.
they'd be in debt for years. Ain't that the
So.
truth?
Alright. Well, I hope to see the fruits of you guys' labor very soon. I'm looking forward to meeting you all.
But will Wen have to like get to Bar's house every time there's news then?
No, that's just
it was a one.
it was a one-off video. We just wanted to see if we could do it.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh.
In the scenario where we were able to get a studio, I would
be
hope
the
that we would be able to.
Then you should get sued.
all kind of congregate in one.
We would
general location.
move. We would like start moving people if we had that budget. If you guys are listening out there, really, it's like $1, $3, whatever. It's like, I feel like
$1
some
to
people, I feel like they're a
Nothing.
little like, well, I just don't want to just donate $1. I feel like it's kind of, but $1 you get to be in the live
It's the
studio
best
audience.
one.
It honestly,
Yeah,
it's
$1
like,
is enough.
One-
I feel bad whenever someone donates more than $1 because, like, obviously we've got pledges there to sort of encourage that and
Right, I mean,
help
like,
out if you do decide to go that.
that's
that
not to,
route,
like-
but like.
It's not to bash or like kind of like, pull down people who do donate more. If you donate more, we're extremely thankful for that. That's great. But like we also
It's
get
just we can't expect that to be consistent.
Yeah, no, we also get it. Like,
Yeah.
you pay some people were paying $65 a month, and that was amazing. That was so incredible. But then one day he was
But
like,
then
he's like,
month 2 comes around.
yeah,
and
he's
you're
like,
I don't know if I want to spend another $65.
he's like,
and that's the
sorry,
problem.
I got budget concerns. I got to do this, and we totally get it. So it's perfectly fine if you need to downgrade your pledge or something. You want to still be in the chat and still interactivist, but you're like, I can't afford this month. It's great. We just need the number of patrons to grow more. I feel that's the number one thing. So that's what we're looking to push right now, is having the number of people that donate to us increase, and hopefully we'll see if we can do some stuff to incentivize that. But
It's a case where quantity beats quality, so to speak.
well, I mean, in a sense,
in a sense.
when you have
In a
patrons,
sense, yeah.
Quantity
For long
beats
term.
other
You can-
quantity.
it's a thing we can depend.
Yeah.
We can depend on someone to give $1 every month. That's something that we can expect. I don't think anyone's going to be hurting for that $1
Right.
every month. So
How do you know?
$12
I don't
bucks
know.
a
You don't
year.
know this story, John.
65, I could totally get it.
65 months of a single dollar being donated is more helpful than the single month of $65.
Yeah, because
in
if
the-
one
in the
person
long run.
can't afford to
Because
pay
it adds
$65,
consistency to our
yeah. Because there was a month a bit ago where we had a dip just because it was summer and people had to do stuff for finances and
Right. Once that one person donating $65 stops donating, then it's just like, oh, that you can feel that one.
right.
So,
But again, if you want to
yeah.
donate more to us, more power to you. Or don't feel like we're kind of like, no, totally do it.
Feel free to
But,
donate $1,000.
If you want.
But a dollar is good. It's good enough.
All right. So we've spoken about all that. Did anybody else have any story?
Not really. I've been playing.
First come, first
I've been
serve.
playing Final Fantasy 15 for like 7 hours a day for the past week. It's really
She
fun.
has had a full-time
Wow.
job playing Final Fantasy.
Have you become a gamer, Prpl, or only in specific?
Are you a
circumstances?
gamer
Only in
girl,
specific
XD?
Gamer Girl XD. The exact same thing.
Now you need to get into like Counter Strike and Dota. And,
No,
like, League of
those are all
Legends.
really lame.
all these
Okay,
hardcore
hold
If
the
you
esports
want to
shit.
die, you can get
You know
into
what else
League
is
of
really
Legends.
lame? Overwatch.
Oh, here we
I haven't
go.
played Overwatch in like 2 months,
Dude,
Good.
Yes, you
good.
have. What are you talking about?
Consistently.
As soon as you got back,
Oh
as soon as you got
yeah!
back, you joined us.
I want
like
to
Marvel
tell
again.
something about Overwatch though.
You played with us.
Okay.
Because yesterday, it was made for the first time available for console players, and I have
Game or the update?
what
The update
was-
with Doomfist?
with Doomfist.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and for the first time, I got to play him, and he is he's Super Smash Bros. But Overwatch. But one really confusing thing is because I know everyone has touched a console at some point, and so like the bumpers in the back is really weird with Doomfist because its controls is like the right bumper it shoots his hand on the left, and the
Oh,
left
yeah.
bumper charges his arm on the right, so it's incredibly confusing to play.
Can't you just like
flipped
change
around.
that in the settings?
You can change that a lot, but like most of the people when they picked him up, because everyone was just like super hyped, like, oh, I'm gonna try out this guy, and they just clicked random buttons and they just flew everywhere. Like some people just flew out
The
on that.
inverse of what you'd think. It's like flip based on hands. That's weird.
It's really weird. I tried out the hero for a little bit, but it's not my kind of character at all. So
X, when are you gonna
it's
get a
bit-
PC and play with the real crowd?
Never.
What'd you say,
The
John?
Master Race.
When you gonna play with the Master Race, man? We got like
Well,
You've not
if,
seen-
if everyone pledges $2 a month, then that can go into my PC
Everyone.
budget. You know,
Hey, that is true. It could go towards editing computers as well. That would be nice.
or it can make
Quote-unquote editing.
towards
That
gaming
would be
computers
amazing.
for me.
X is like,
editing computers.
I don't know how to
The best-
edit, sorry, but you could get me a gaming computer.
That's the thing, X. Editing computers are powerful. Therefore, you can use it as gaming computers too.
Oh, but my Mac makes
like-
an excellent
That's like the
coffee
inverse
table,
of me.
dude.
I got a gaming computer, but it works for editing too. So
Yeah,
Is
that's
it
gonna
a
last you
gaming
another
editor
2.5
computer?
years.
Yeah. Thankfully, those two computers those computer styles sort of overlap. So
But yeah,
in some
Well,
instances,
it was neat.
Fair enough, X. Do you have any other insights, so wise guru of games, X, while we're
Games
while
are really right now, to be honest. I just get on a game and I just get
yeah, I'm
irritated.
with you, man.
And
Same.
And I don't know why, because like the thing with video games, it's always been like a thing to fall back to. But right now, it's just been replaced by Lego. Really, like Lego was something I honestly did like over the years that I played video games. But like right now, whenever I get on a video game and there's PvP, and I just get frustrated, and I'm just like I don't really want to spend my time doing this. This is just frustrating, and I don't
Yeah,
think
it's not really
I
that
think
fun
I'm growing
anymore.
out of video games. It might be it.
Same.
No,
And it's
I
weird.
totally
I
get
think
that.
so too.
The thing is, I'm
I've
screwing-
lost all
think
my
I'm
desire
just
to
growing-
play everything I own.
I think I'm growing out of multiplayer games.
I think I'm growing out of a lot of things because the thing that I find is that now that I'm an adult that has to work a full-time job and pay for bills and rent and all that stupid adult stuff, I find that my time is being valued differently than it used to when I was a kid. And like every time I spend wasting time or spending an hour just sitting on my butt doing nothing or playing a video game, I'm like, this is a time where I could be doing something that could be
You're left with a
helping.
hollow.
yeah,
and
to
pretend-
be
I measure
honest,
my
that's
time
just
in
how I
dollars.
am like all the time,
Same.
like
Yeah.
with video games, which is why like I never play games all that
I would
often.
probably feel that way more if I actually was moved
Well, that's
out.
actually kind
Wait,
of why. I
why
play
do
video
you
games,
feel
because
that
it
way,
makes me
Prpl?
feel like I'm doing stuff, but
She can draw.
nowadays-
You don't have a job.
No, I know, but like
It
every
feels
time
like
she's
a
not
job,
drawing
though.
is something that she's not building towards a job. I get it.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
What was that?
No, like seriously, video
That
games
was-
feel a lot more like a job now because you used to get on a game and then you picked up like the gun on the battlefield or something like a power up, and now it's like either you pay $2,000 and get random loot boxes to get that one thing you want, or you like play
Like,
every single day for the entire week to maybe get that thing. And there's 1,000 things all the time. It's like
I
login
have
bonus,
slid. I have
dailies,
slid.
everything.
It's too much of a time sink.
Yes.
Yeah, this happened to me with Mass Effect Andromeda. Now,
Yeah.
obviously,
Yep.
that game is got all kinds of problems, but those problems weren't the reason why I stopped playing. The reason why I stopped playing that game was I got through the first mission, realized it had been like 4 hours, and the world had just opened up, and I looked at everything that I had to do now, and I'm just like, this is just
Yeah,
too
same.
much content. It's too much
It's-
content.
it's-
I don't
it's
have
too
I don't
much.
have the time to play this.
Honestly,
I realized the game's going to be like 82 more hours before I beat it, and then I'm just like, well, that's too many hours for a one
I feel
game.
the same way, except about the multiplayer. We had similar progressions. I don't play it anymore for those exact reasons.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it's like,
multiplayer,
I
they-
used to really like Mass Effect. I also used to prioritize games that gave me more hours worth of gameplay per dollar, right? Like I would always go for the long games, but now it's like
I do
those
indie
games are
games.
so long that I end up buying them,
Right.
starting them, and then never finishing them.
I have
Yeah,
to
did
like
you-
because I just don't
if
have
I
time.
get
to
like
beat it.
I get an indie game, a humble bundle, and I'll play that for like an hour, and I'll be like, okay, cool, I completed the campaign.
The only thing keeping my gaming interest alive recently has been Shovel Knight, which I got for the Switch.
I haven't
That-
finished
Well, I do feel like the
Masterpiece.
Switch is
It's a
going
really
to
good game.
I love
change
Shovel Knight, dude.
how I do gaming. I feel because I do spend a lot of time commuting, and I do spend a lot of time away. I spend a lot of time waiting. Right? If I was able to just pick up and go and play Zelda while I'm waiting for a class, I probably would play Zelda a lot more than I do.
Plus,
Like,
the cool
with
part is,
Mass
too,
Effect,
you
that's
could
a
just put
section
it
As a
off.
in
filler.
sleep mode.
Yeah.
You don't have to like quit the game and
Right, save and all that
load
stuff.
and
You
all
just
that
like,
stuff.
yeah.
You really could just press the sleep button and then pick it right back up whenever you have the time again. That's why I really like the Switch.
With Final Fantasy, it was a thing where like I have
Right.
been invested and like I've been anticipating this game for years since it was Final Fantasy Versus 13. I was super into video games. I was like, this game looks amazing. I can't wait to play it. And over time, like it took a while. When it actually came out, I didn't have enough time to play it. I fell out of it, and I still really want to play it. And like Vars played it all the way through. Prpl's been playing it now. She says it's great. It's a game that I've wanted for a long time. It's great, and I don't have that time.
Dude,
Not
I
even,
wanted to
I,
get
not
into
even if I don't have the
Final
time.
Fantasy
I don't have the
15, like,
motivation to sink that
months
much time
ago.
into anything.
Oh my god, do it! It's so much fun.
I did.
Although there is
but
also, like, a ton
I
of stuff to
basically had
do,
the same
so-
revelation that Var had with Mass Effect. It's like I got through the introduction, I played played for a good couple hours, then I realized like, wow, this game's gonna actually be really long.
It's so long.
Yeah, it
And
took
I
me
don't
like
have
20
that
hours to beat
committing.
the main story.
There's
Really?
literally a boss in that game. Now, granted, it's an optional boss, but there's a boss in that game that takes like just 10 hours plus to beat.
I spent
wait,
like 7 hours fighting this
It's a
one.
turtle, right?
Yeah, it's a giant
Mass
Oh
turtle.
yeah, the adamantus thing.
Yeah,
Mass
you just have
Effect?
to grind it down.
Oh,
No. In Final Fantasy.
Oh.
Now,
Oh,
there are ways to sort of cheat it by like powering yourself up and eating certain meals and different things to boost your stats and getting special weapons, but like that's time too. Like you see all these like different strategies and like how to beat it in like an hour, and that's cool, but to get all the things necessary to beat the thing in an hour takes hours to get.
But it
about
just
the
it
same amount of
feels
time.
like you're wasting less time because you're doing
It feels
like different
but
things.
it's still the same amount of time.
Right.
I feel similarly about GTA. Like recently, we did a heist, and it was the first heist we'd done in like a year, and it was great fun. But like, it took about 2 or 3 hours to do the full thing. But it took me like 2 or 3 hours to do all the research about like how to do it, and then I had to buy all the cars, and then I had to like get the heist itself and get all the equipment, and like it's just such a time sink.
It's like, I've got a real job. Why am I doing a job in a game?
Pretty
Yeah,
much, it's such a time sink to do anything nowadays.
I measure my time at minimum wage now. That's like
and the games that are super quick and easy and pick up and play are the ones I gravitate to. It's why I like Overwatch. The time between
A match lasts
booting up the
5
game,
minutes. 10
yeah,
minutes.
but even more than that, the time, maybe it's just because I have a good computer, but the time between clicking, I want to play Overwatch, and I click this, and then actually getting into a game is like 5 minutes tops.
when,
then you
if like
play it.
I've gotten into
And then you play it,
the
and
habit.
it lasts like 20 minutes, and then you've gotten your fill. You're like
Yes.
you keep playing if you want to, but like you had an enjoyable time, great time within like a 25-minute interval, and that's
I
all you
felt
needed.
similarly about Halo before it jumped off.
No, Halo, no.
No, I don't.
You ruined Halo for me,
Yes,
man.
What?
Yeah, same.
Similar,
Halo was that for me for
sort of
a
the similar
long
reason
time.
for why I stopped playing Dota, and I don't play it much anymore. But for a while, I was playing Heroes of the Storm. The matches are significantly shorter. You're not playing
Yep.
2-3 hour Dota match. It's 20, 30 minutes.
it's
2-3 hours ain't.
I don't mind. Like,
It's kind of sad because
game
like I
that
still
long.
enjoy video games, and I still enjoy these really long, stretched out games like Mass Effect and like Final
If
Fantasy.
it
but
has a
you
good
just don't have the
story,
time.
and then I'm not just going off of a bunch
Yeah,
of
it's just the
irrelevant
time.
tangents.
It doesn't captivate you, the Mass Effect Andromeda. I think that's the big issue. It's like you're
Yeah.
left after the 4 hours that you're introduced, and
Because
you're
I'm
like
sure
the
if
world
you're
is
captivated
opened.
by a video
you're
game,
just
you'd be like, oh, I can't wait to sink my teeth into this. I can't wait to get to this part of the game and do this, this, and that. That's how I felt about Zelda. Not
even
so much with,
even beyond that too. It's like for me, I find it really hard now to like play a game if I don't record it. Does that make sense? Even though like it doesn't really go up on the channel or go anywhere. It's just like that mentality I have where I'm like, well, at least
Yeah,
this
that's
might be
weird.
content.
something job.
Yeah,
weird.
it might be content.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's a thing that's like
It's kind of weird, but I get it.
Yeah.
I think I
I
get
get
the
it.
mentality. It's just like
To be fair-
you don't want to waste your time doing
right,
something
exactly. It's
that's
like
not
this
going
has
to
the
be used for
potential
something.
to
Yeah.
be used for something. Therefore, it might be worth my time. I feel better about playing this game if I record it. So I'm like, just in case I can turn this into something that's profitable. I don't know what it is. It's just like I can't just waste
It's
the time
just
anymore.
like a weird, warped mentality, I guess.
I'm kind of sitting in a similar place, actually. Do you guys remember I used to talk a lot about how excited I was for a game coming out called Cosmic Star Heroine?
No, I actually
No, never even heard of that name before.
Never heard it. What does it
Female
have to do
hero,
with heroin?
not drugs.
Oh,
But so it was something that I was super stoked for, made by one of my favorite developers, same guys who did like Cthulhu Saves the World and those JRPG type things. Back to Kickstarter, so excited. The game came out like a month, 2 months, maybe 3 months ago even, and I haven't even touched it. Partially because I want to wait. I just want to wait until I get a good enough computer that I can record myself playing it, maybe make a let's play for the TTV channel, and have it all be like first reactions.
Well, that'd be neat.
there's Kickstarter label
But
on
it's
there
like
though. That's the
for how
first red
stoked
flag.
I was for this game, and yet I still haven't even touched it.
I don't know, dude. I feel similarly about certain games.
What
that
about
have
like
come out, really?
what about like spending habits? Have you guys found you've bought a lot fewer video games like during Steam summer sales and stuff?
Oh,
See,
I don't
always.
buy
I
any
only
games
bought, like,
during
2 or
Steam
3
summer
games a
sales.
I
year.
haven't bought any games
I
since.
forget that sales exist, so I bought a game like 2 days before the sale when it was like $10 off, and it's just like, oh come on.
I hardly
You're a
buy
dork.
video games, and when I do, I try my best to get them at like the cheapest price possible.
Yeah. For me,
It's actually really funny because you can like literally track my evolution as an adult. Because like last year, I remember the BrickFeed episode where I'm like, money's not a problem.
yeah, I remember that too.
and it's like,
I mean, at the time, it wasn't really because we were
at the
working
time
so
I was
much
getting way more
overtime.
hours than I am now. But even still, it's just like I'm just becoming more conscious with the money that I'm spending, and it's like, is it?
I've got a spreadsheet
Is it
where I track
worth it?
all my numbers and averages and everything.
No, yeah, I started budgeting. I got a new bank that allows me to sync of apps. Like my old bank didn't allow me to like sync of apps in real time. So now I got a budgeting app and stuff, and so I'm working through that and trying to like get all that in order.
Were you gonna share your input on games, Jay?
Oh, yeah. I did not buy a single game during the Steam Summer Sale, like at
I
all.
bought very
Same.
little during sales
My-
for like
I
the
bought-
past
I
couple
bought
of
2.
years.
My problem with games and buying games is I naturally am not a gamer. The only reason I play games nowadays is because I want to play games with these guys.
Social
and it's a
aspect.
social experience.
Except
I never
for
play
me.
any single-player games. Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
My problem is Meso. He keeps on seeing games and wants to get the games.
This was before my like recent fall off.
Yes.
Like, yes. I do have that mentality. Like I'm big into Mass Effect. I'm big into Destiny, Halo, etc.
He's
And nothing
a-
that LJ really cares about.
He's a die-hard franchiser. He will stick. He will buy a game just because it's part of
is
a
true.
That is
franchise.
true.
I will
You bought
buy
the
Halo
Xbox
6,
One just because it had Halo.
and I will still buy Halo 6 even though Halo 5.
They're
still
making
awesome.
See, this is
another
the
Halo?
problem.
Yeah, your franchisiness
yeah.
is definitely one of your downfalls for sure.
Wait,
Uh,
it's
see,
cheap.
to be fair,
Meso, do you want to enlighten everyone about our recent AAA title purchase?
You mean Andromeda?
Yes, and
I mean, yeah, and like we bought Andromeda and it sucked, and it's no longer fun, and it was a waste of money. That's basically
and
the
it
story.
should be an eye-opening experience for the next AAA title that's coming out, Destiny 2, which is
Do
also
not
from the
compare
beta.
Destiny 2 to Andromeda, though.
I will. You watch me.
That is terrible. That is
I
very,
know.
very terrible. Because Mass Effect Andromeda did like a terrible thing with its multiplayer that made me fall it off, and it's never anything ever that's happened through Destiny. And I've played Destiny since day one of Alpha or something. So, and they've never
I
done
would
anything similar.
compare Andromeda to
I-
Destiny
you got
2
so
because
invested
they're
into
both
Destiny.
they're both in the canal of disappointment.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of
Well,
disappointment.
That's why we're buying it on PC. Which
Right, that's-
That's
I
why
think that was
we're
the big
waiting
deal.
way more than a month to let them get any bugs out of the way, let them release any DLC, wait till it goes super on
I'm
sale.
not waiting for DLC.
All free in the
dude.
Game of the Year edition.
You're gonna wait until
The
it's
moment I
dealed
see,
and
the
reeled.
moment I see if it
I'm
is
a little
bug-
confused.
Yeah.
If Meso doesn't want to wait, then you can still wait.
Well, usually I forget we're doing the whole PC thing now, because usually what happens, Meso sees a game he wants to get on Xbox, and we usually
both
play the
get it
games
to
together.
play.
But the way we do it is we split the cost because we have Xbox
Yeah,
share.
they do the Xbox share. That's what screwed them with Mass Effect
Gotcha.
Andromeda, because they wanted to get it on Xbox for whatever reason instead of the.
Well, no,
Well-
again, Meso wanted to get it on Xbox because he thought we'd be playing with Fleff and Keeney.
I know that's what I said was your mistake.
That was the dumbest
That was the dumbest decision. I told you guys.
I knew that was dumb.
I
the
knew-
second
the
you
second
mentioned
you
it, I was
mentioned it, I'm like,
why
that's so
wouldn't you?
stupid.
Why wouldn't you get it on PC?
I think those
Mass Effect
two
3 had a
people are
multiplayer
the...
component, and back during the day, we had a squad. It was me, LJ, and Keeney, and we played it all the time. Then Fleff joined the group, and we played it all the time. It was the only time we ever had 4 people. I banked on their loyalty, and they let me
No,
down.
we told
Those
you
are
the
the
loyalty
true
wasn't going to be
culprits of the
rewarded.
story.
Or like, Keeney's not going to come back. Fluff's not going to do it. And they're like, no, I
Fleff
trust
never
him.
bought the game, and Keeney I've played with twice, and once was before the game came out when it was in beta, early access beta. And it's once since the things come out.
See, these are the stupid decisions that you make that I question.
No more.
Thank
Don't
you.
worry about it.
You say
Finally.
that, but are you buying Destiny 2, Meso?
You have a
Yeah,
problem.
I might not go like LJ's doing, where like I'll wait for the DLC to come out.
Listen,
but
that was
I will
just an
wait
example.
And,
Why,
I will wait
LJ?
and I
Why
will
would you wait
gauge
for the
feedback.
DLC?
Because that's
Because
when the
by
game
that
will
point-
be good.
No,
Yeah.
no,
By
that's
that point,
That's when it
they will
steps
have
up its
worked out
game.
all the issues, because the DLC is
What
going
if
to come
there are
out.
no issues?
That's the thing. They
What do you mean
built up
there
the
are no
game through
issues?
Destiny
You
1.
cannot
no
tell me.
issues.
You can't tell me that you played the same Destiny 2 beta that I did and went, "Huh, this has no issues. This is
This is a
perfection."
perfect game.
half the stuff had already been changed, apparently, and half the stuff they intentionally
Meso
left
loves
out.
those rose
But I
colored
won't
glasses.
know until I see reviews, which is why I'm not pre-ordering based on
Eljay, they made a formula through the entirety of Destiny 1, and so now they're going to implement that formula into Destiny 2. And so now that they've already established all of this, by every DLC, they're essentially changing the game. So if you wait for a DLC to come out to buy Destiny, then you're not buying vanilla Destiny.
Why do
You're
you care?
buying
You're not
Destiny
even gonna
2.
play with him.
This
that's
DLC.
fine, but because if there are any issues in Destiny, waiting until a DLC release is a great idea, because at that point they've worked out any and all kinks, any and all
No,
bugs.
they don't.
Yes, they do.
Then it's
Then
a
that's
DLC,
then
that's
that's
a
another
different
problem
game.
with the game, because if they haven't done any of that, then they're not good publishers.
No, I mean, like-
LJ, what you're saying makes sense in concept, but not in execution. That's not how, like, stuff
Then
works.
why would I spend
That's
the money
like,
to get that
it's
game?
like saying wait until Halo releases a map pack to get it, because they'll have worked out any issues. But
It's-
Halo 5 released like 10 map packs, and they never released the issues, so they never fixed the issues. So waiting until DLC comes out isn't always a
It's
foolproof
not.
plan.
It's not the importance of the DLC. It is the time span. That is the focus. Because
Yeah,
at least
because comes out in
there's
December.
a lot of factors that go into that besides like waiting for the game to get fixed or whatever. Because say if the game is fine to begin with, then he could potentially get the game at a lower price. There's a lot of
I mean, that's totally fair for him if he wants
exactly.
to get a
There's
discount.
all
I don't care
regardless.
about
There's a
that.
benefit if he waits.
I get that, but I think his reasoning for it is a little off. Like, if he can wait until the first DLC, that's not going to be enough time for the game to go on sale, but will be enough time for them to implement new content.
Well, because you know,
because the thing is, they're addressing the game with content. You assume by that point they've had to address it other times.
Yeah, but like, I mean, okay, so Destiny, the base game had issues, right? I thought it was fun to play, but I also fell off it. And then
I thought Destiny 1 was really fun.
It wasn't until like
Same.
I thought it
Taken
was
King
fun
when
for,
they
like,
finally were
the
able
first
to
week.
address all the story issues and do all that stuff and so with Destiny 2 they're trying to re-implement and rebalance and do all that stuff. However, the first DLC that comes out for Destiny 2 is going to be content based. It's not going to be balance based, right? And so if you have issues of balancing,
How
if you have
can you
issues
say that with certainty?
because that's not
Because
DLC.
of history. Destiny did not reinvent itself. The first DLC, LJ, was Crota for Destiny. Destiny did not reinvent itself with Crota. They reinvented it with its third DLC, the Taken King.
Right.
Well, again, I
because
didn't
they
have
knew-
any issues
Yeah,
with
and they've
Destiny 1.
established this formula now, and they're going forward with this.
Right. Destiny 2 is an iteration on Destiny the Taken King, right? So it's going to take what they learned from the Taken King and improve on that slightly.
Again, I feel like
that's
this,
what you
this
hope
has kind
for,
of been,
but there's no guarantee that they're going to do that.
I feel
Sure,
like
I mean,
the
I know-
focus
what I'm saying
of
is
what
that,
I'm
like-
trying to say is a little bit misconstrued here. I'm not trying to focus on the fact that it's DLC. It's a milestone in a game's development when they release
but, okay.
downloadable
Yeah,
content.
but
That what we're
Destiny
saying
is
is-
not the usual type of game when it comes to DLC. It's more closer to something like an MMORPG, like,
Yeah, like an
World
expansion.
of Warcraft, etc. In that
Right.
the game changes by every single DLC drop. It's basically a different kind of game when that comes out. So, like, if you go back to Destiny 1 right now and you want to try the very first DLC, that's a completely different game than it
I
was
don't
when
know
it
about
first
that.
came out.
Yeah,
I don't know about that right now
either.
because with
I don't
Destiny,
know about that either.
with Destiny, it was a certain kind of game, and they released DLC to fix that, and then that changed how the game was. We don't know anything else for Destiny, the franchise.
They
we don't know
literally
yet.
said that
Right,
this
but
is,
like that
this is
again,
what
that's
they're
their
doing.
third DLC.
I mean, they've
though.
said a lot of things.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I mean,
know.
like-
Yeah, exactly. Game developers
Everyone
say a
does.
lot of things. They said that No Man's Sky was going to be a.
Oh, I was waiting for No
They
Man's
said
Sky.
No
to
Man's
mention.
Sky was going to be a massive multiplayer online experience with
It's true.
infinite possibilities.
And it would look way better than the garbage
Well, that's
that came
taking
out.
it to like the logical
Yeah, no,
extreme,
no,
though, because I mean,
I do
I
think-
think
No, it's
Bungie
not
has
because
more
that's the same thing.
I'm
But
gonna
you're saying
put the
go
kibosh
by
on this.
than the people
I'm gonna
behind
end
that
this.
game.
We're ending
You're
this.
implying
I'm sorry
that the purchase is secure to begin with because the developers say so.
I'm sorry to cut y'all off, but we're gonna end it here.
Oh.
In-
My point is
in
just
summary-
wait. Just
Prpl,
wait.
how do you feel
In
about
summary-
DLC?
Episode Prompto was fun. I beat it in like one sitting. So.
There's nothing wrong with waiting to
Yeah, no.
inform a purchase. there is something wrong with trying to like coerce other people into doing so based on
based on what you don't
Okay,
know.
what's your
Yeah.
problem, man?
Preferences.
Just buy the game right away.
I'm probably not gonna wait. It's your call if you want to.
I will definitely
Meso,
be
you're gonna wait
waiting.
until after reviews, right? The reviews come out, and you're gonna be like, okay.
By
that's what
default, I'm
gonna
gonna
do
wait
too.
for reviews because the thing comes out on September 15th. It's not coming.
I
out.
like
gonna
Destiny.
wait for the IGN
I don't like
review?
doing console stuff
Someone
anymore.
buy it for me on my birthday.
To me, the minor, like the $15 savings that I might get by waiting to get it on an Amazon Black Friday deal isn't worth missing out on the first month and a half to 2 months of the
It's
game's
all about
lifespan.
getting those OP guns and use them in PvP before everyone else gets them.
I am
Pretty much.
perfectly content missing out on that.
I am not.
I am
because
too.
4KD.
Thanks,
So
I'm glad
that's
we
gonna
agreed,
be
man.
all-
Because that's probably like what would happen anyway. Even if I do pick up the game day one, I'll probably play it for a few hours, get tired of it, or find something else to do because there are other things in my life that matter more than video games. We'll focus on those. While I work on
about to
those.
say,
for a
like,
good-
I think you have a very
Final
interesting
Fantasy, but
perspective on
that's
that. I think you should
Ouch,
elaborate more.
man.
in
Probably
future
do that
podcasts.
for
I
a
think it would
good
be
1
very
or 2
interesting to hear.
months, and then when I come back
Dude,
to
I
the
really
game,
like these
it'll
really
still
fast,
feel-
passive aggressive answers to all these questions that really make everything seem very inflated.
I agree, Var. I think they actually seem very
Thank you for
intelligent, very well
Everyone should
worded.
make
I
a
think it's really
schedule for
interesting.
everything they do.
God, you guys, this is ridiculous. I just want to talk about BrickFeed and BrickFeed. That's all I want to do.
Pretty cool that you keep going, but
Skip
it really,
the
really is
outro,
really
just
really
have
fun.
this fade out.
TV channel, we'd like to do
It's time to stop.
And again, subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/TTV.
It's walking.
That was good.
Featured
So
like
thank you all very much for
subscribe.
listening to episode 258 of the TV
Oh, I didn't
Podcast.
already got it. Oh no!
I did it.
We didn't even talk about half the stuff I wanted to. Didn't talk
Yeah.
about the Justice League trailer. Didn't
Well, you
talk
see,
about
Meso,
the
if you
Thor
didn't start talking about
trailer.
Destiny 2, then we actually probably could have gotten some stuff done.
See,
You know, we
Meso,
could
you could
have
actually
You're not a
talk
fan
about
of Destiny
and
2,
actually
is
bring
that
it
what
over
you're
to their
saying?
own show, then maybe we could actually.
I really like
No.
pickles. I think pickles are hilarious. It's a really funny word. I think pickles are
Shut
really
up,
good
guys!
at sandwich,
Shut
especially
up!
like a sub sandwich, or basically with any kind of meat.
I like how desperate Meso sounded.
Really, the whole thing with you have an increase in subscribers.
Shut up!
Kind of sounds like the fine text narration at the end of a car commercial or something like that.
Well, you see, I was
Side
about
effects
to
may
give.
include diarrhea, nausea,
I was about
Dysentery.
to give
head on
our.
a play
Shout out to
head on a
Bulk
play
for
directly
something.
to
head on a play
head
directly to the.
Oh my god, you guys.
Give a weekly
I
shout out
legitimately
to
feel
Jedi Time Lord 824, but then he said I was terrible. So
Nice
Take it
job.
I don't know. I might have to take that away
such thing as
from you. I
bad
might have to
publicity.
edit this out in recording, and then I might give it to another dude instead. So he says he's sorry. You're forgiven. Thanks,
Amazing.
Jedi Time Lord
Wow.
824. You
Baited.
made me laugh a lot. Welcome to the patron chat. Now, that's basically all for this week's podcast. What do you think about pre-ordering games? What
And
do you think
DLC.
about long games that have a lot
Well,
of
you see,
DLC?
I think it's actually.
What do you think about
Share them in the
UPS?
comments section below. UPS, etc. And we will see you all next week for the next exciting episode of the TTV
You know, this
Podcast.
episode would have been a lot more exciting if you didn't bring Destiny 2 into this whole thing.
Yeah,
Do you
the
not
episode
like
was
Destiny?
Really,
Is
the
that what
episode
you're
could have
saying?
benefited from
The conversation more than we
discussion.
have actually been able to.
X.
I'm purple.
I am Meso.
Are you that dense?
Don't go over my helmet.
I'm Meso.
I'm LJ.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Ven.
I'm Takuma Nova.
I'm purple.
I'm Tenebrae Invictus.
Alright. I'm Marnie. Thank you all. And we'll see you next time. Farewell.
Slurp.
This is a tasty podcast.
And this.
And our sub.
Like a sprinkler.